This is a nice classic G&P 9mm AR. What we've got going on is someone has had to chop away at the hop unit. This runs off 9mm, kind of like Uzi mags. They are meant to be Uzi mags. They're very, very cool. Gives a very unique look to your gun. However, this one here has been fitted with the very finest of a putty hop unit. There it is, that sits in there. That's going to be to aid feeding. Someone's also kindly filed down the loading nozzle. It hasn't done a bad job of it. It is nice and smooth. However, this thing is feeding and firing perfectly, but the best we can get out of it is about 230 FPS with no hop, and that is no good. There's an ultimate gearbox casing, but that is not an ultimate cylinder. I'm going to assume that most of what's inside that is also going to be not ultimate. So the aim of today is to make sure this thing continues to feed as it does, but let's try and get at least the 100 FPS out of it, because the spring that's in there should be doing way more than that. We're going to change this over. We're going to throw in a decent nozzle. Okay, it is not an ultimate nozzle, it's some other make of nozzle. I can't recall what it is, I just know that I kept it because it was good. We might have to change the cylinder head over to accommodate it, we'll see what happens. It looks like a lot of this is going to be ultimate. I recognise a lot of the parts here. The cylinder still is not ultimate. We've got super glue in so many places. We've got super glue across here, we've got super glue up here. I understand you might want to glue your wires in place so they didn't pop out. You've got a screw missing from inside your switch. These are ultimate gears, there's an ultimate switch. It seems that only the cylinder and basically this entire top half is just not correct. This is quite possibly ultimate. You've got big scratches on your piston head. That is clearly he's had a stall at some point. He's tried to ram something down the barrel to try and push that back to unstall it. It's something I really wouldn't recommend. And you've got very minor wear to the back of the piston. We might have to change that out. We have taken out this nasty filed down nozzle and replaced it with a plastic one. Right then, there she is, nearly all back together. It was reasonably easy to come down to the problem once you had a really good look at the internals. On the hop unit, which is very, very different to a normal hop unit, normally you've got a tiny little nub at the front with a spring that presses into about here, and that means that it gives you a bit of backward tension into the gearbox. Well, because the way this gun's set up, and because the way you've got the unit inside here, plastic here, that holds the mag in place, in the correct angle and location, that little nub and spring actually sits in the bottom, where you'd normally run the wires. So what we've had to do is bore out these either side so we can get the wires through and get that little tiny nub in there as well. Now that was the cause of the feeding issue to start with. Now the guy clearly didn't notice that. It took me a while to notice it. It's not a terrible thing. I didn't notice it either. Alright, which means the hop unit was always very slightly away from the gearbox. It was just pushing wrong. The body pin was a bit of a dick to get through. He's got a metal nozzle in there, filed the front down. It didn't work out. That is why it's causing a massive power drop. Fixed the feeding issue, dropped the power massively. I fixed that problem up. We've changed out the piston, we've changed the cylinder head and the nozzle. So what we've got now is a gun that is now firing at around 330 FPS. Here's the chrono test. 333, 334, 332, 333. Beautiful and consistent, which is what we like.